Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh.
No, flick. You just pulled out.
No, okay.
If there's any bad bends, I've got no fucking chance, okay? Go on.
No bad bend.
Because I have been working on the WRC campaign for the future, this Rally of the Tall Pines is maybe like my goodbye to Canada. I will always do one-off events in Canada because I love the championship. The roads are amazing, very tricky. People are absolutely great. The volunteers are so friendly and helpful. Like it's really a great series. However, this was maybe the end of a certain period of my career. And I said to myself, look, when I came on board, Pat Richard was always the guy to beat. He was the star, he was the multiple champion, he was the guy who ran with my team. He started with Kenja Motorsports, they've had crazy successes. My first rallies competing against him, you couldn't even call it competing. I was finishing 12 or 10 minutes behind. I was nowhere, and I was trying so hard, I was having moments, crashing, but I was minutes and minutes down. And then as years went by, I started to get a hang of it. And for me, there were some rallies recently where I was able to kind of trade stage times with him. There were some rallies when I knew that we were both going at it, and I actually beat him by a couple of seconds. That meant the world for me. I have huge respect for him, I have huge respect for Antoine, but Antoine was still a different league. But with Pat, I was starting to get close, and that felt so good. You come into the sport, somebody's your god, and then you're starting to get there. It's like, it's an amazing feeling. So for this rally, even though I wanted to stay on the road and not crash in the first couple of stages, I did want to see where we are compared to Pat. It's my roads, it's my whole rally, but it's his type of surface. I don't like rallying on snow without studs. He likes. So we're really going into the rally hoping, oh, what if we can be close? It would have meant the world for me, and especially that he was back competing with his sister Natalie co-driving. And guess what? Going into the first service, when the team told me times, I was like, nah, they must have problems. But I guess they didn't. I guess for once, everything finally came together. The notes worked. The setup was brilliant because we got a good test before the rally. It was just really working, and thanks to Kenja Motorsports, the car was absolutely 100%. But I did have a trick up my sleeve. Raking in Europe and seeing the lines people are taking, seeing how they actually drive those corners, opens your eyes. It's like, wow, you can do that and you can do this. How do they manage it? So you sit down, you analyze your onboard footage for weeks, and you just figure out how to make sure that you know as much of the road ahead as you gotta know. And you just make changes to the pace note system. So because I had the time to do all that, because I had the time to analyze, when we came to Tall Pines, the trickiest bits were actually easy. The co-driver had even time to repeat some things. It was quite simple, and that's with very challenging conditions when you have to also talk about grip levels changing, it's snow, ice, a little bit of sand, it's things like that.
Into jump 40 down, 40 down, left 7 plus in, 25, right 5 clip quarter, 20, short left 6 opens, tightens short 5 in, into a latest right 3, very narrow, tightens.
So to go one step up to the World Championship and even just do the recce already teaches you so much. That's why when I was starting the rally, I thought, maybe that'll help. Of course I wasn't sure, but I did hope that it'll bring some extra pace. When people ask me, were we going at the maximum? To be honest, I was trying as hard as I could, but I was still leaving some margin. And I also had a new co-driver, Patrick Walsh. He did a great job. But still, the first rally together, it never really is perfect. It takes time, it takes rallies, it takes seasons to get that rapport. So, still going with a new co-driver, we did have some hesitation in places. And for me to see those times, I was so proud and I was so happy. I was so happy that finally, after all these years, I was able to deliver to CanJam. They've been delivering for me, you know, for all these years. We had a crazy stretch of, like, I don't remember now, but I think over 20 rallies without a mechanical DNF. And finally, I was able to show up and make them proud. See, one thing you have to know about CanJam Motorsports, they are so passionate about racing. They love it. They absolutely live it. They breathe it. Everything they do is about racing, about improving, about going fast, about improving the car, the driver, helping, even psychology. So when we won Tall Pines in 2011, that was mostly due to other people having problems. Yeah, we had some pace, we were smart enough to stay on the road, but it wasn't really a victory on pace. So the team and myself were actually so happy that finally we can actually lead the rally without needing other people to have problems. We were actually going for it, we were setting the pace. Like, I don't believe I'm sitting here and saying it. We came to Tall Pines after a big break and we're setting the pace. How awesome is that? As the rally progressed, we kept winning stages. I know that Anton and Pat were not going at their maximum attack, but we were still winning with a good margin, and everybody kept telling me to slow down, to take it easy. I have the onboard footage where over the rough stuff, I'm going 50 kilometers an hour, like over lengthy pieces of the stage. I was not going crazy. I was not wild. We were caring about the car. We were really driving smart, and we still won the long stage by like 45 or something seconds. So funny enough, normally my biggest problem is that I crash. This time my biggest problem was that everybody would tell me to slow down, everybody would tell Patrick, the co-driver, to tell me to slow down. That was affecting the concentration. That was starting to be, but how much, I mean, if everything works, you're there for fun after all. I mean, we all do it because we love it, so I'm not going to go very, very slow. But we didn't really have moments until we had a puncture, which was the rock over the crest, absolutely in the middle of the road. You know, there was not cutting or anything like that, and Anton, who was behind us on the road, got 2 punctures on the same rock right there, and we actually stopped together. Had some fun, talking while changing punctures on both cars. That was good. So once we had the puncture, I was almost a little bit happy, because now our lead dropped to something like 1.5 minutes. And because you can get another puncture through no fault of your own, I had a reason to push now.
Tightens tit 9 of a big flat jump, 150, slippy.
So the second half of the stage where we got a puncture, I actually pushed pretty hard. We had one moment, hit a snowmobile sign with the back of the car a little bit. That was good because I was like, I have a reason to push. I have a reason to go hard again. That felt good. But unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to happen. I think another stage or two, we're pulling into the service, and right almost getting into the service, the engine stopped. We later learned that it was a camshaft, and you know, it's not a fault of the team, it's not my fault, it's just the part that doesn't even have too much stress on it, but it just snapped. You know, we have the piece here. Stuart from CanJam actually made me a little trophy with 4 bent valves and a piece of the camshaft. I mean, we couldn't do anything. To be honest, I wasn't really that upset, because I came there to drive fast. I drove fast for most of the rally. We missed, like, I think only 2 or 3 stages. It was fine. I was, however, really sorry for the guys. They've worked so hard, as always, and they knew that we kind of have it in the bag. But like I said, they care about driving, they care about the pace, you know, I guess the talent, if you want to say. So they were okay. We got over it as a team. You win, you lose together, and I'm very happy that I can say that maybe one of these days I can actually win a rally outright for them.
Okay, yeah, right. Take this out.
We could have continued, but nobody pulled us out. I told you it's no damage, nearly. Come on.